Hey guys, welcome back to Through the Motions, where we bring the motion to you. This is our first News of the Week episode.
So James Cameron has joined the board of directors of Stability AI. This is a AI company that has developed the Stable Diffusion text-to-model image generative AI model, an image and video focused model. Former CEO of Weta, who are obviously the
visual effects company.
Yep. Prem Akoraju is a CEO. Sean Parker, former president of Facebook and founder of Napstar, is also on the board. So there's different ways you can look at this. What was the first thing that come to your guys' head?
I'm glad they've got a filmmaker like James Cameron on the board. He's someone that's well versed in visual effects, and he seems like someone, from what I see of him, with integrity with the art. He seems like someone who's going to put them boundaries and not let it get out of hand how it can. I've heard a lot of talk about AI kind of taking jobs, not even just in the film sector, in all sectors.
Yeah, of course.
From finance, for anything, HR, every single sector is worried about AI.
Yeah. For some reason, it instills a lot of fear in people, but I feel like a lot of people are not looking at the benefit that AI brings. I feel like the fear just comes from the fear of the jobs being taken over and everything, but with regulation, we saw it in Australia.
That's one of the angles people have come with. They said that for someone that is so UCG and is so well versed in that form of art as James Cameron, he should know firsthand the hard work and the hours and
that it takes,
the graft that goes into it, and therefore to work with AI and sort of promote AI is jeopardizing the future of these creators and these artists. But then you could say it's good to have a filmmaker, a mole on the inside.
Yeah. Well, I think it's about them using it as a tool instead of them using it as a start to finish sort of thing. For example, a method in VFX like rotoscoping, for example. Obviously, there's tools within these programs that allow things to get done quicker. Of course. Maybe before it used to be more manual rotoscoping, we have to go in, add keyframe, pencil, stuff like that. Now, if you could say to AI, look, I want to cut this person out, I want to do this, I want to do that, it will assist the creative, assist the artist, and as long as we keep it on the level where you're assisting the artist and not becoming the artist, I think we're good.
I'd like to think that that's what he's going to bring to it, in that he's going to protect the interests of filmmakers, the creatives. And in his quotes, when I read them, what I got from it was that he felt that this was the natural progression for filmmaking. And it's, as someone who's always been at the forefront of pushing back, obviously Titanic, Avatar, he's always been at the forefront of pushing boundaries in this industry. For someone I feel like he just feels like it's the natural path, and it's sort of like, if you don't get on, you're going to get left behind, sort of basically.
It's happening whether or not people like it or not. Of course. So it's good that he's on board.
At the end of the day, it saves money.
Do you know? And one of the biggest things I've always had in my head when it comes to AI, how come us as a whole human race, we didn't prepare for this sooner? When I say prepare for it, we knew once we had this technology from years and years and years ago, that it would accelerate quick as soon as it's established.
Well, I guess it's hard to
foresee that.
It's hard to prepare for problems that yet haven't arisen. Like AI, ChatGPT, all of that sort of stuff. For me, literally within a weekend, we went from not having this to having this. Yeah. So it's that fast progression. But really interesting on that James Cameron stuff.
To me, it feels, obviously I'm not someone who is going to be affected by this. But I can see that angle. But then I could also see why it would be beneficial to have someone like him. Of course. Out of everyone, we want someone like that in there. But I feel like we're now entering the experimental phase. Definitely. Where studios, so Lionsgate, I think like last week, they signed a deal with Runway. Okay. A video-focused AI company. Yeah. And they're gonna train their new generative AI model based on Lionsgate's already existing content.
Interesting.
Which Lionsgate are going to use for to produce future content. So I think that we're entering a phase now where we're going to see it start to be played around with, and they're going to start getting their hands wet, and then I think it'll be a while before we see it rolled out per se. Because at the end of the day, they're doing this to save money. They're not doing it for any other reason. The studios want to save money, and I think it is sort of you get with it or you get left behind.
Okay, in other news, the Penguin TV show.
Okay.
I'll say straight off the bat, I loved the show. I loved it. And I wasn't the biggest fan of the Batman.
It's so hard to believe that he's
Do you know what?
under that prosthetic.
I showed my parents the show. They loved it, and they were like, "Who's the actor?" I showed them a picture. They couldn't believe it.
I saw him on Jimmy Fallon.
Yeah.
Like doing the promo, and Jimmy Fallon was talking to him, and he went to watch it, and him and his friend were saying how good it was, and his friend goes to him, Colin Farrell was so good in it. Jimmy Fallon goes, yeah. What?
I mean, that's how good. That's how good the prosthetic is, and I mean, there's talk about Emmy stuff already.
That's
and
crazy.
I think we need to hold our horses on that.
we do.
Because
But
it's new.
it is one of them series, and I don't watch a ton of series because it's hard for me to really get gripped and immersed into that. If the pilot isn't good, I won't carry on watching it.
What's the runtime on this pilot?
I think it's like 40 minutes, wasn't it?
I mean, it was an hour.
Hour.
All right. To give you context, I haven't seen this yet. The two boys have. So
When you said a spin-off, it doesn't feel like they've done it for the sake of it. It feels like it does pick off right where they've done.
Yeah.
But it feels like it's a continuation of
Yeah.
the film, which is such a relief.
Yeah, and
How
it feels natural.
It's like it feels like it's literally happening at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is the best thing you can say about a spin-off.
I was surprised by the look of it. Actually, it looked expensive.
really,
Yeah, but I'll go into more of the details. It says it's been a major success since release. Attracted 5.3 million viewers in the US across the platforms in the first 4 days. This makes it HBO's biggest show on Max since The Last of Us, and we all know The Last of Us. That was such a massive show. It passed popular shows like Succession and also The White Lotus, which I haven't seen.
Wow.
And it outperformed Amazon's show, The Rings of Power.
wow.
Oh wow, I know that's a heavy hit at the moment.
Which only drew in 902,000. We can see people want to watch this. People are watching it. Obviously, like you said, are in early stages. But I mean, a pilot really does set the scene for the rest of the.
Of course.
If they get the pilot right, I reckon they're going to carry.
So let's talk about it. What did I liked it? It sort of gave you a good establishing of the
Penguin.
The Penguin is someone who's not taken too seriously. He's trying to find his place in this new Gotham. Introduced to obviously his sidekick Vic, who's going to be with him and sort of shown the ropes.
Yeah.
Carmine Falcone's daughter, who I thought was probably the best character.
Yeah,
Sophia.
she was very good.
She was like, you could tell she's nuts.
Yeah.
And she's like suppressing that crazy side.
And you
to
saw
her.
it towards the end.
Yeah.
You really did. What else was there? I'm hearing a lot of talk. I haven't seen The Sopranos, but it's that sort of vibe.
I finished Sopranos not too long
Yeah.
ago, and it is breathtaking. And
Really?
I can see why it's one of the best TV shows of all time.
Okay.
It is a lot like Tony Soprano,
Yeah.
James Gandolfini. It is a lot like him. It's that New York wise guy, mobster. And yeah, it's like a lot of the same mannerisms and stuff like that. But I like his character because I like how he sort of played the two. Obviously, he played the two gangs against each other. He's trying to find his place in it. He's a smart talker.
And what's interesting on that point is that, oh no, you haven't seen it.
I ain't seen it. No.
But think about it, it's an origin story, but it's not an origin story.
Okay.
That's the only way I can put it. It's the origin of his character going from kind of just like a mid-level crook that's kind of in the mob to
mainstream.
seems like he's trying to take over.
Okay.
So in that sense, it is an origin. It's an origin of his new.
Are you
his
now
new take.
invested more in that universe?
1,000,000%. 1,000,000%. And I love the fact that it's almost like Matt Reeves' world has been captured in this from the Batman.
And I actually tweeted about this on the Freedom Motions account. It is so good to see that they've given him the reins and said, because they're making a trilogy.
Yeah.
This is your baby. You do what you've it and you craft it. You've got 3 films to tell your story.
Yeah.
If we go back to another trilogy, off the top of my head, Star Wars, 7, 8, and 9. We had J.J. Abrams. Then we had Rian Johnson.
Yeah.
And then we had J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Where they're trying to both tell their own stories, pick up where each other left off. There's no cohesion. Matt Reeves, who smashed it out of the park with the Batman, has got 2 more films plus any other spin-offs to craft his own trilogy.
Yeah.
And I think he's done such a good job this far.
And what I like about it is that you're able to dive into a character that didn't have much screen time in the original Batman. And what I heard Matt Reeves say in an interview, he actually said that the end of this season of The Penguin directly correlates into the next Batman film.
Okay.
You don't have to watch The Penguin to know what's going on, obviously.
Yeah.
But if you watch The Penguin, you get a deeper understanding to the next Batman.
I'm excited to watch.
I'm
this.
really excited for the next
It does-
Batman.
Yeah.
I'm really excited for
It
it.
sounds very, very, very interesting, and to me, it sounds like this is a story that maybe we haven't really explored too much. With the style in which they're delivering.
The style is amazing, and it really encapsulates Gotham.
I love
Okay.
this interpretation of Gotham. Dark, grungy,
Yeah.
a lot more sinister than the Nolan one. The Nolan
Yeah.
one was more like Metropolis City vibes. But this one's dark. It's like rain, always raining, always moody weather. It's like obviously they had the fallout from the Batman with the big flood.
They've dialed up the world,
Okay.
the mood of the world. So
I
yeah, I would
that's
say
what I was just about to ask you. Is it something where it seems that they've blown what we've already known as Gotham out of proportion, but in a good way?
Just think about the Batman.
Yeah.
They've done that almost to the T. It's
Okay.
in the same world as the Batman.
And what else you'll like is they've replaced Carmine Falcone because of scheduling reasons. I can't remember the guy whose name has played him in the movie.
Very amazing actor, though, by the way.
They replaced him with Mark Strong. So Mark Strong's gonna be playing Carmine
You're joking.
I
Falcone
didn't
for
even
terms
know.
of flashbacks and stuff like
Well,
that.
that sounds like.
Did you not notice when they showed him on the news?
No, I
That
didn't.
was on
That
the
was
news.
Mark. That's,
No, I didn't. I didn't even notice that.
in the show.
Yeah.
They showed a picture of Carmine Falcone, and that was Mark Strong
At the beginning.
Yeah, so he's a new actor. Gonna be flashbacks and stuff like that.
I mean, let us know what you think about the Penguin. I think I want to cover this more on the
We
show,
will,
definitely.
100%.
If we can kind of, I don't know, each time we watch an episode, we
dip
do one of
into it,
these,
yeah.
we'll dip into it. Let us know what you think.
No, definitely. Please do drop a comment and let us know how you found the first episode or even the second by the time this is out.
And hopefully, Anna would have watched this at the first episode.
by
then.
that time. Yeah.
I think that's a good way to end the first news of the week.
Yeah.
Okay.
Short and sweet. Thanks for watching.
Yeah.
We'll see.
I just want to say we are trying to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Plug, why not?
Yeah, why not?